You're shuffling on your perch again, sideways like a feathery little surveillance camera, watching your human cry while eating cereal straight from the box. It's 2:37 a.m., and for the third time tonight, they VA dropped a spoon and yelled whatever at the floor like the floor was personally responsible. You've seen this before, emotions bubbling out of their weird, squishy faces. But humans are so bad at hiding things that it's almost impressive. You don't need body language training from bird school to know what anxiety looks like. It looks like pacing in socks with holes in them and whispering "I am fine" to a microwave that just beeped. You peck the bars softly. They don't notice. Classic. You've become something of an expert in human behavior, you know? From your cage ideally placed beside the living room window, you get front row access to all their emotional chaos. You've witnessed the full range. Joy that smells like waffles, heartbreak in pajama pants, and the absurd ritual of yelling at sports people on the TV who can't hear them. It's like watching pigeons fight over a cold fry, loud, pointless, and nobody wins. And then there's the talking. Humans talk to you like you're their therapist. You're lucky, they say. No rent, no taxes, no exes. You don't even know what an ex is, but it sounds contagious. One time, your human spent 3 hours explaining to you how they got ghosted by someone named Elliot, who still watched my Instagram stories. You blinked 3 times dramatically. It's bird code for seek help. But they don't. Instead, they do things like scrub one specific dish for 20 minutes because it's therapeutic, or have full debates with themselves in the mirror like it. A courtroom drama. You once saw them rehearse an argument they were never going to have, complete with hand gestures and a fake mic drop. Shakespeare weeps. There's something performative about their pain. Like they're trying to convince themselves it matters. You know, birds have emotion too. When Kevin died, you mourned in silence for nearly 7 seconds, but humans, they'll cry about a fictional dog and then laugh during a real funeral. One night you saw them tuck a pillow under their arm and whisper, "At least you stay," before turning off the light. You whistled. It was the closest thing you could do to a hug. They didn't hear you, but they stopped crying. That's how you know you're more than decoration. You're the emotional support system with feathers and a surprisingly deep understanding of irony. Now you understand the most concentrated human sadness happens in 2 places: showers and screens. You've seen it firsthand, perched like a judgmental god on the curtain rod while your human stares at the wall mid-shampoo, letting water run down their face like they're in a dramatic 90s music video. They think no one can tell they're crying. But come on. Nobody just sits in scalding water muttering, "I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine," while holding conditioner like a microphone. Sometimes they bring the phone in too. Steam fogs the screen while they scroll through people who are skinnier, richer, or posing with alpacas in countries they can't afford to visit. They zoom in, sigh, zoom out. You don't get it. If you don't like what you're looking at, why not just fly away? Oh wait, you can't, because you're them. One night, while they were deep scrolling the abyss at 3 a.m., you saw something actually monumental. A live stream titled 50 Hard-Boiled Eggs in Protest of Rent. You tilted your head. A man sitting alone in his kitchen peeled and ate 50 eggs on camera in silence, while 4,000 strangers spammed emojis in the comments. Your human laugh-traily laughed for the first time in weeks. It's when it hit you. This is their version of birdsong. Absurd rituals that bind them together through screens, pain, and cholesterol. But even joy comes with a twist. Sometimes you catch your human posting things they don't feel. Like when they captioned a picture "healing energy only," while actively crying into a burrito. Or when they posted "my peace is sacred" 10 minutes after rage typing an email that began with "per my last message." You've tried to help. You chirp encouragingly during Zoom calls, but that just gets you covered with a towel. One time, you flapped wildly to warn them they were texting their ex, but they thought it was cute and sent the message anyway. Result, 3 weeks of doom scrolling and Taylor Swift. There's something tragically beautiful about the way they try. They write lists they never finish, start shows they'll never watch, save recipes that require tools they don't own, but they try. Over and over. Like you, practicing flight inside a cage, believing that one day the door might be open and the fan might be off. You've learned the rhythm of your human's emotions now, and it's honestly chaos with seasoning. Rage always happens in the kitchen, not the theatrical rage, like shouting or throwing things, but the quiet rage, the passive-aggressive kind, like cutting vegetables too hard. or muttering must be nice. At a picture of a friend's honeymoon charcuterie board. You once saw them stare at a bottle of olive oil for 10 straight minutes, like it owed them money. But love, weirdly enough, it lives in the trash. You noticed it the day they threw away a cracked coffee mug and then immediately dug it back out. It's sentimental, they said, rinsing it carefully. You tilted your head. Was that the same mug they screamed at during finals week in 2018? Sentimental, apparently, means anything that survived a mental breakdown. They also hold funerals for socks. You thought you misheard the first time, but nope. One of them had a hole too large to ignore, so it got a candlelight vigil, a folded farewell, and even a playlist. You chirped respectfully. Morning rituals are universal, it seems. But nothing baffles you more than the way they use smell. The candles that promise to smell like forest dreams, or Sunday laundry, or once angry citrus. You nearly fell off your perch. Scent, for humans, is therapy. They light candles when sad, when anxious, when bored. And once, after a breakup, 6 candles at once. You had to be evacuated to the balcony, because the lavender bergamotsage musk cloud nearly took you out. Again. And yet it's working. Not perfectly, but something in your human is shifting. They're no longer whispering to the toaster or rage-washing forks. They open windows. They talk to plants. They even looked at you the other day and said, "You're lucky. You get to watch me heal." You puffed up with pride, because even though you can't say it, you do understand. Love, as it turns out, is not just birdsong or treats. It's staying put when someone needs to fall apart. It's dancing on one foot to get a smile. It's witnessing the mess without needing to clean it. And maybe, just maybe, it's accepting that emotions are a lot like feathers, sometimes soft, sometimes tangled, but always better when shared. The lights are low now and your feathers are still. Listening to the soft hum of a human who's finally at peace for today, anyway. You blink once, slowly. They're asleep on the couch, surrounded by half-eaten snacks, a candle still glowing, and one sock missing its pair. The air smells faintly of sage and salt. You breathe it in. This right here is a quiet victory. You don't need to understand every tear or decode every laugh. Just perch nearby, eyes half closed, and let the night carry both of you somewhere softer, somewhere safe. End of script. Thanks for following along.